I think there's a role, certainly, for what you call public diplomacy, which is not based at all on economics, but based on trying to teach other ways to think about how you organize yourself, or how you run a political party, how you run a campaign, how you do elections. I'm not sure if I touched at all on what you were asking.
Yes, I think so.
Well, yeah. So I think there's a very big role, for places like the councils who cause you to think more deeply and to look at what might be the real factors involved in why things happen the way they do. And sometimes they're economic, but sometimes they're not.
Well, and to that point, right, when you talked about economic sanctions, right, there is an outcome, and Iran is a perfect example, where sanctions can be an economic success, a tactical success, but a strategic failure, right? They can draw down resources, but they don't necessarily change the long arc of a country.
Right.
And that's sort of what we've seen as you sort of point out in the book.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And simply giving Iran $6 billion for 5 hostages. Some of this just boggles your mind, that somehow you're going to change the Iranian regime by handing out this chunk of money to them. Is ridiculous. And so I agree. You can certainly generate some suffering in another country, but whether that results in changed policies of the regime, it seems like the kind of regimes we want to punish are the ones least likely to suffer from our sanctions, in the sense that Kim Jong-un lives pretty well. He drinks what he wants and eats what he wants, obviously too much. And so also the Iranian regime, the Russian regime, all these regimes, the elites don't really care all that much with what their populations think. Therefore, it's obligatory on us, as we think about them and what motivates them, to try to understand them better. Again, just at the risk of being a broken record, it's not always all about economics. No, it's just not.